fam? Peace and light. It's Traveling Sista. If this is your first time joining the channel, then welcome. If not, welcome back, family. Yay, I'm so excited to be here with my friends. You guys, Tim and Siobhan from T3 and me, y'all. Like,
yes. Thank you for having us, sis. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. It's an honor to be here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. It's an honor to have y'all for real. Like, y'all are such a big inspiration to the diaspora in general, like, you know what I'm saying, especially people looking to relocate out here, like, you know what I'm saying, so I just felt like it was only natural to just like lean, you know what I'm saying, and it's been a long time coming, okay, like our schedules weren't meshing up and all of that, but we are finally here, y'all, and you know, like I said, the direction that I'm trying to move this channel is kind of away from the basic cost of living type of stuff and just general information. But I'm trying to show what our diaspora brothers and sisters are doing here in Tanzania. Like, you know, those other type of videos, yes, they have their place, but like, what are we doing on the ground? You see what I'm saying? How can we connect? How can we come support each other? Yes. So like, I just want to start by, first, just getting the basic general information for those of you who aren't familiar with them or their channel or their platform. Like, how long? First of all, where are y'all from?
I'm from New York City, Queens, New York, originally.
Okay.
I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
We met in Nashville, Tennessee. So.
How did y'all even meet? What's that story like? I don't know. What's that story?
Go ahead, I'll let you tell me.
Why you want me to? So basically, we were both waitresses at Olive Garden, and I was working there already, and he came, and all the girls were like, "Ooh, like you see Tim over there," and you know, I was just chilling, like, yeah, I see him, but you know, I'm chilling.
Right.
And then next thing you know, he had asked if he could use my Wi-Fi at my house because he was in school there.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's the new pickup line, y'all, the Wi-Fi. So, it's been history since. Like, we've been rocking ever since. That was like 5 years ago.
Wow, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay, so from New York and from Memphis.
Yeah.
So where did y'all move? I mean, where did y'all live before you came out here to Tanzania?
We were in Nashville at the time before we left. We had been there. She had been there for 10 years.
Yeah, I went to school down there.
Yeah. Oh, right.
And I think I had been in Nashville for what, 2 years?
Yeah, we both moved for school. Me from New York and him from Memphis, and we met up in Nashville.
Okay, I see. Okay, you guys, so we were just having a little bit of complications with our microphone, but it's all good. I hope you guys can hear me. But so you said you both went to school in Nashville, right?
Yes.
Is that where you went to school for herbalism, or what exactly did you go to school for?
No, I went in Nashville. I went to Fisk University for my undergrad in biology, and then I went to Maryland University for my master's in therapeutic clinical herbal medicine.
Okay, so that makes sense. So biology and medicine. Okay,
Yeah.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. That makes so much sense. Okay. So was this y'all's first African country to visit?
Second.
Okay.
So we first went to Rwanda for a month, and then Rwanda is beautiful, but the restrictions during that time, 2020, it was too much.
Was that was during the
height?
C word
Yeah, the height of that nonsense. So we left there and we came to Tanzania. Our original plan was to come to Tanzania anyway. Mm-hmm. So we just fast tracked it and came here after a month in Rwanda. We've been here ever since for a little over 2 years now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How has y'all adjustment been? Mm-hmm. How has everything, like from day one, what was that experience like?
Yeah. Want me to take it?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll expound on it.
From day one, it's really been like like more of a like something is wrong with us experience. Like we've been seeing like, okay, we got a lot that we need to work on. We thought, you know, some of us come here, we think, oh, we got the best ideas for the motherland. We can help the motherland grow. We can put our idea here. But essentially, we're not even at our higher self yet to be able to implement something. So it's an inner work that's really important that we realized when we first got here, like, okay, hold on. I got a lot of checking myself to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, for a lot of us who are coming out with the right mindset, that will be the first thing that we encounter is that self-analyzation, like, oh, I'm not where I thought I was. So I'm not where I think I need to be. Yeah.
To work on that. Like we were just talking about it with our daughters. Like we realized like even though like, you know, like sometimes there's like cultural differences, sometimes we have to check ourselves like, ooh, am I being a little like, you know, like so like it's been like a big learning experience being here. It's been a blessing, of course, you know, escaping the mental and the physical shackles of Babylon and coming to freedom. But you're also coming from a place that's developed to a place that's underdeveloped. I hate to use that word, for lack of a better term. So you, like you said, you have to check yourself. Like, this is what it is, and like it won't always be like this. But this is what it is right now. So for me, it's been a blessing. You know, I know some people they have different experiences here, but we love it here. You know, we had a baby here and everything. So
how was that experience of having your child here?
It was honestly, it was a blessing because I wanted to have a natural birth in America, but I couldn't because of the rules. Like I went everything. Yeah, I went 1 week past my due date, and they was like, "Ooh, no, like we can't do your birth at home anymore because of the legal restrictions and all that stuff." So I was able to actually have my natural birth here, even though I went past 3 weeks past my due date.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, so it was good.
So you gave, I think you gave a water birth, right?
Both, yeah. I was in the water, but I actually gave birth on the bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Are you planning on having a water birth?
I would love to. I have to see. I have to, you know, work everything out, you know what I'm saying? Because I did, you know, a little insight, because I know I didn't share, like, you know, my birth story. No, it's okay, girl, no, it's okay. I didn't share, like, my birth story with Zora with too many people. If you're on my personal, not Traveling Sister, but if you're on my personal, what do you call it, Instagram, then you know a little bit about it. But I had an emergency C-section. You know how they do us. You know, want to just cut on us black folks all the time.
Railroad you into that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I didn't know any better at the time, and then, you know, everything was just happening so fast. But yes, I definitely plan to have VBAC, and I would love to have a water birth. I would love to have a water birth at home, or at least labor in the tub. You see what I'm saying? At least have that element of it, you know what I'm saying, be natural. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. With, you know what I'm saying, some of your help with the herbs and, you know what I'm saying, even this tincture that we're about to make here. A little more information on that after I finish asking some questions. But okay, so you got to give birth naturally out here. How do you see the medical system, like the healthcare out here?
Oh man, for me it's completely different, because like even when I went to the doctor and I was talking to her, the OB, and I was asking her about the epidural, of course, and she was like, no, like she wasn't even trying to give me no information on it. She was like, you just have the baby naturally, just eat your dates. You'll push the baby out.
Wow, dates?
Yeah, and she gave me, she did my blood work, and I had low iron, and she was like, eat these, she said, eat sweet potato leaves so you can bring your iron up. She didn't even want to prescribe me any medication, so I thought that was amazing, because, you know, in America, if your iron is low, they're automatically trying to give you the chemical iron to take, or, you know, something is wrong. If you ask for the epidural, they'll immediately give you a whole sheet of like which epidural you can pick. You want the walk-in epidural, the full epidural, you know, and they don't even try to, you know, encourage you to do it exactly naturally. So I appreciated that. Like I feel like it's infused with the indigenous medicine of Africa, the healthcare system here.
Right on. Okay. So what has been the biggest part of your growth? Seriously, like the biggest, if you could put your finger on one thing, like, you know what I'm saying, what's been the biggest aspect of growth for you?
That's a good question.
That is a great question.
Biggest aspect of growth within these 2 years, I could honestly say, here in Africa, you're like, you can be a man. Like you can step into things that men do or are supposed to handle within their family. Like in America, a lot of men in my generation, we don't know how to do it. We don't have reference points. We don't really we're winging it, trying to get manhood, and then everything over there is considered toxic now. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't step into like being a bold leader for your family. Okay. But here you have that freedom to be like, okay, let me step into my rightful position of what I'm supposed to do for my family.
Okay. Yeah. Can you expound on that a little bit? Like, can you give us like an example of what you mean?
For example, like in America, there is if when my wife and I, we're working, we're still a young family, we're building what we need to build, so we fell on hard times for a few weeks, a few months.
Of course.
And in America, I could have been like, hey baby, look, call the food stamp office.
Right.
Let us get some of that for a minute and then we can make something happen. But here, I had to be like, hold on. What can I do with my hands? What can I do with my mind to create something for my family? Like, how can I create something? I can't lean on the governmental crutch. I have to do something for my family.
Right.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's
resilient.
Yeah.
Yeah, like wow, that, you know what I'm saying, when you really break that down and think about it, it's so powerful because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people from here, from Tanzania, look at the life in America as like, oh, you have all these public systems in place and you know, you can get money from here, get money from there, everywhere you turn around it's money, money, money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't realize that, and even us, we don't realize that it's actually crippling us in so many ways. You see what I'm saying? And we all know the example about the welfare system taking the black man out of the home. You see what I'm saying? In order for the wife or the woman to get those benefits, you know, essentially the government has replaced the black male in the home, in the family structure. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, right. Like out here, you have to use your brain, your hands, your
gifts.
Yes, your gifts. And if you don't know what they are, you better find them, or you ain't gonna eat. You see what I'm saying? And that's another thing. It's like people have this conception that it's so cheap, and it is.
Yeah.
Like for fruits and vegetables for a whole month, I might, like, I don't know if I can put a number on it. I would say we probably spend like $35 a month on fruits and vegetables. Not talking about rice and oil to cook with and, you know, other little things, seasonings and stuff, but just straight like, you know what I'm saying, fruits and veggies. Like, and so it's like, yeah, it's cheap, but you can fall on hard times really quickly out here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like all of the expats or the diaspora who's out here, y'all gonna feel what we're saying because you know what I'm saying, I feel like everyone out here has met their struggle at least one time. Yeah, it's a rite of passage almost. Like
that's the thing I was about to say. Like you have to earn it. You have to make sure like, okay, God is gonna put you through something to see you really want to be here. Are you really supposed to be?
Exactly. It's a test, really. It's a test.
And it's like if you don't work, you don't eat. Like that's so true in Africa. Like I saw a documentary on BBC and they was interviewing Africans and he was like, we do or we die. Like it's not no in between. Like it's not like, oh, I don't feel like working today or I don't feel like doing this. I just, like you said, you know, get welfare, food stamps. It's like, no, if you don't work today, you're gonna be hungry, your family's gonna be hungry. So it's like, it's a different mentality out here.
Yeah, and so how do you see the mentality of the people out here in general? Like how do you find the people here? How do you find Tanzanians?
I feel like there are a couple of different adjectives. Like one, they're hustlers. Like they're gonna sell you something if they can. Like if they want to negotiate something, like they're gonna sell whatever there is that they're selling. Yeah, and also I feel like they're very friendly, like very kind people. Like they'll welcome you into your house. They'll cook for you. They'll pick up your children for you. So those are like two adjectives I would use to describe them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would agree with those two adjectives, but just like anywhere in the world, like, you know, you got all spectrums of people.
Right.
So, you know, I've had experiences with the nice people, the lovely people, and I've had some con artists, you know, that I had to come in contact with.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just, all the people are the same. I like to say it's like we come here, we can't forget about our street smarts that we have.
Thank you. I'm telling you, I say that every time because I feel like if you have just a little bit of street smarts, then you're gonna know how to navigate because globally, game is game. And people will run it. People will run it. You have to really be able to recognize game. Like really though, like you have to be able to recognize it. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of. That goes along with saying like knowing who you are because when those thoughts or those spidey senses, you know what I'm saying, come in, be like something's not right. You gotta trust yourself enough to avoid that situation, to investigate further, or to leave it alone. Whatever you feel like you need to do. So I agree. Okay. So this is gonna kind of lead me into like the next question. What has been your biggest struggle here in Tanzania? Like, What's been your biggest struggle?
Oh,
Biggest struggle.
I hate to say it.
Say it, girl. Say it.
Say it. Be real.
I would say, actually, it's some of the diaspora, to be perfectly honest.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
You said it.
I mean,
Yeah,
for me,
keep
that's
it
been
real.
my biggest struggle. Okay, so basically, although like we met like some really, really beautiful people, wonderful people from the diaspora, people who are like really over here to build into, you know, Pan-Africanism and unity. On the other side of the spectrum, we met some people who were here not for those reasons, you know.
Right.
And I don't know, I don't want to say if they're agents or they're just people who are damaged from Babylon or whatever. But
Right.
for me, that has been my biggest hurdle, because when I came over here, when we came with pure intentions to unite and, you know, the whole Pan-African, and it's like some people didn't, they even, although they said they did, their actions say otherwise.
Right.
And so for me to realize that, like, dang, like everybody over here isn't healed. I can't link up with everybody. I can't do this for everybody.
Yeah.
It's kind of been sobering for me, because I thought we all was gonna be like, you know, like we made it out of America, like we buddy, and it's not that way. So that for me has, you know, when I first got here, that was my biggest struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. I definitely want to touch on that and revisit that topic a little bit too for myself. But what's been one of your biggest struggles? What would you say?
I was gonna try to go real deep and think about something, but man, that was
it. Huh?
That's been a struggle, because like she said, not just for her too, me too. Like I came looking for brothers to like, okay, bro, let's build. Like we know we all we got. We know we come in here and we need each other. And it's like, man, like what is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people don't see the value in brotherhood. And that goes to, you know, what we've been taught and what they've done to us as a people. So we kind of have grace, and understanding.
Right.
But it's still been a tough cookie, because that's, you know, as we say on our channel, that's why we came. We came to pave the way for our people. We came to build with our people.
Right.
So when your people act a certain way, it's like,
it hurts.
yeah, man.
It's like a dagger, you know what I'm saying? It is. Yeah, and you know, I feel that so deeply I felt it so deeply when you said your struggle, one of your biggest struggles has been the diaspora, because it's been like that for me as well. Like December will be 6 years out here, you guys, and
Amazing.
It's a lot.
yeah, it really is. Like, and when I look at it in retrospect, it doesn't feel like 6 years. I've grown so much, and I've gone through so many different experiences. I feel like I'm like a whole different person. I feel like when I came out here, it was like almost 2 lifetimes ago. You see what I'm saying? But you know, some of the most painful things that I have gone through have been with the diaspora, and as a result of me reaching out and helping people. You see what I'm saying? And me truly having the heart and my heart being in the right place to open up my doors, my home to people. You know what I'm saying? Having your energy around my daughter, around my family, in the place where I clear the energies, because I make sure that this is our home. This is where, if nowhere else is right on this earth, the peace in this house is going to be, you know, preserved. And like, you know what I'm saying, it's just, it's times that I've been cut very deeply by people who I considered like sisters and brothers, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of just goes with the territory sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you've been out here for a long time, or you know, you have a mission in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit that you know you need to fulfill. It's things, obstacles, like we were just talking, like people, there are going to be people who come in the way of that, you know what I'm saying, or try to come in the way of that, and it's like a test. And are you going to traverse these hurdles? Are you going to be able to bounce back and be resilient and keep your mind focused on whatever goal it was? And you could be standing alone by yourself, you know what I'm saying? but as long as you're staying true to yourself. But yeah, it has been, and it was almost for like a couple years I just kind of subtracted myself completely out of the diaspora, and it's just now in the past year and some change where I'm just kind of wiggling my way back in.
She's
for
slippery.
real. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I really be just like kind of off by myself and doing my own thing, focusing on my family and building our business. It had been so much energy that both, not only me, my husband, money he spent, field trips he's organized for the diaspora to go to certain places to expand the minds of people and to
this is really touching
project. And it just, things just fell apart. So like, it's not only has it affected us as diasporans, but it affects Tanzanians as well.
Yes.
I have Tanzanian friends who like I used to link diaspora up with. Like if I would do a consultation, which I don't really do anymore, it's a very case-by-case basis. But after a consultation, I would be like, okay, I know my friend, he knows homes, or this person is a car salesperson, this person is a tour guide. But my friends, my Tanzanian friends, started to, they started telling me, oh, they're African American, please don't sister,
send me to them.
Don't send them to me because, you know what I'm saying? Because we are very difficult to work with as a collective sometimes, because it's certain things that we have not even healed from, you know what I'm saying, or don't even realize that we need fixing on some levels. I feel like sometimes we have this whole like, I don't want to call it it's not a fetish, but it's like a need to reenact like the antebellum period, the slavery, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for real.
You feel me? Like we have a need to like reenact that like on the people here when it's just PTSD taking its form out on someone else. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, it's a lot that needs to be said about it. This could be a whole nother video in itself, but this is not what this video is about, you guys. But we just had to be real and keep it going. But I do want to kind of shift a little bit and touch on like, what are y'all doing out here? Like, y'all got some things going on now.
Yes.
Like, who wants to pick it up?
I'll let you go.
Okay.
Well, here, our main focus and our main vision is to, like I said in the beginning, just pave the way for our people and set a firm foundation for our children's children. Like that's the vision, that's the main thing. And if along the way that inspire people, that's what it's all about. That's what is good too. But we want to inspire people to do whatever your gift is to the best of your ability. Like figure out what your gift is and do that. We have this business here, Forest Herbal. We started this in 2017, baby?
Yes.
Yeah, 2017. We started out as a pillow talking conversation. My wife was telling me she had a great idea to make some products. And I was like, hey, you should do that. That's a good idea. And we just, from there, I'm the media guy, so I've been behind the camera taking the pictures.
And the sales.
Yeah, and the salesman, yes. I've been behind the camera taking the pictures, been the mouthpiece for the company the entire time, and then as we get here to the motherland, we just expanded to the store. We always had the hopes of, and the dream of having our own store. We were actually in the process of doing that in America before everything started happening. We were about to get into a bad deal. At the time, we didn't know it was bad, but
Yeah, just staying there.
Thank the universe, though.
Right, exactly. We almost got into a bad situation, but we ended up coming here, and now we're here growing this. And the plan and the vision is, with this, is we want to expand in the future. We're trying to get into different hotels and businesses right now so they can have our products there and then reach out to the diaspora, not the diaspora, I'm sorry, to the Tanzanians and the local people here so that we can build a better connection with them.
Right on.
By us being here at the grocery store, we've been trickling in more people and they've been learning, more about what we're doing.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so just piggyback off what he was saying, we also, like when he said we wanted to build generational wealth, we also have purchased some land out, I ain't gonna say where, but we purchased some land in Tanzania, and the vision is to build like an eco-village, a self-sustainable community off the grid with the members of the diaspora. So we're currently working on that as well. And inside of that project, we all know about the water scarcity, the droughts, climate change and everything. So We also have a water project that we are looking to get off the ground. We're still looking for investors for that. Turning ocean water into drinkable water, turning the atmospheric water into drinkable water. There's no reason why there's a water shortage anywhere. There's water everywhere. You know, you just have to process it.
Yeah, you do.
And that's what Africa is lacking, a lot of the processing and the industry, the manufacturing. So we're trying to get into that. And also the last thing is we have a Forest Herbal Medicine Academy, which is a course for those who are interested in becoming herbalists, who are interested in making herbal products, and who are interested in starting an herbal business as well. So
that's so.
Yeah,
first of all, that's a lot that y'all are doing. Kudos to you guys, seriously, and it's all profound thing. We need a community out here for diaspora. We need a place where we can come together, a safe space, a welcoming space, a natural space. It just all ties in beautifully together. It all ties in beautifully, especially with Ford's Herbal Academy and the shop. Like you guys, they have so many. Oh Lord, he's so funny. Right. But you know, we have so many people who are just like myself, I'm just getting into the herbalism. I'm just getting into that aspect. I had a video maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago at this point, 2 videos, a part 1 and part 2, where I just went with my phone and identified different weeds, so-called weeds, in you know, my yard, and all
medicine everywhere.
And I was just so blown away, like, oh, this is for fever, this is for blood clots, this is for this, and I was just like, wow, you know, and it just made me want to start learning so much. So, you know, like, you guys check out everything they're doing, you know what I'm saying? If y'all aren't subscribed to their channel, if y'all aren't following them on IG, then you're wrong. You're wrong, okay? Like, you need to be following them. They are just such vibrant people, seriously. Yeah, so I think this would be a perfect time to do the tincture.
Yes.
So I've always wanted to make a tincture.
Yes.
I've never done it.
Yes.
So let's do it today.
So we are going to be
Should
making.
I move this
Yes.
over? Okay.
Well, let's put it in front of you.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to be making a crank bark tincture. So this, I thought about this for Kat because, do they know you pregnant?
Now they do. It's okay. I literally just put it on IG today, so they know.
So you can use this for pregnancy, labor, and postpartum, as well as if you're not pregnant. So crank bark is good for menstrual cramps. So I use this as a substitute for like Motrin, Advil, which we know is like taxing on the liver. So you can use it instead, and also you can use it during your labor to help with the uterine contractions to make them more efficient. Okay. And also you can use them on the postpartum when you're breastfeeding and your uterus is contracting back down to size. It'll help with the pains. So this is a great alternative to.
So what exactly is cramp bark though? Like what substitute? Am I giving away trade secrets?
No.
Okay, I want you to give away trade secrets now. Okay.
You can find this. They have in some areas of North America, but it's mostly found in like Asia and Africa. It's a shrub, and use the bark of it. And you take the bark, you dry it out, and then. This is, it's in a powder form now, but you can use it in the bark form as well.
Okay. So is the tree called like cramp or what?
Yeah. Its common name is called cramp bark, but its scientific name is called Viburnum oculus.
Ooh, I smell it too.
Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, it's very, very pungent.
Wow,
it has a very unique smell.
It almost smells like bee pollen, kind of.
Yeah, it kind of has like a musky sort of.
Yeah, that was the first thing I smelled. It hit me, and then wow. So cool.
There's 2 different ways to make a tincture. You can do like the layman's tincture, the common man tincture, which is what we're going to do today without any measurements.
Okay.
So you just gonna take some of this and you can put it like maybe about halfway.
Halfway? Okay.
Yeah. So you can make this at home. It's really easy.
And so this tincture method, is this enough or more?
Yeah, that's good.
This tincture method, is this like, can I use this for just like almost anything?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
So once you put it in here, then you want to just cover it with alcohol. So we're using 35% alcohol.
Okay.
You can use any alcohol.
Cognac, the spirit of the nation. And so why alcohol and tincture? So is that or
you can
more?
Put more. So you want to make sure the herb is fully submerged. may have to use that whole bottle.
Keep
The
rising.
whole bottle? Okay.
So we use the alcohol because it's a great preservative and also because it helps to extract the medicinal compounds in plant bark. So there's different chemicals. There's alkaloids, terpenes, oils, and so the alcohol helps to extract all of those different medicinal compounds.
Okay.
So then you just put the top on, and then you want to give it a good shake.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then we will store this in like a cool area, a cool dark area, like a cabinet for 4 to 6 weeks to let it infuse. You shake it each day, and then you strain it, and then you can put it in this bottle like this.
Okay.
And the dosage depends on what you're using it for. So if you're using it for like cramps, you take 2 dropperfuls. Let me show you guys. So you would take 2 dropperfuls of it, maybe like once every couple of hours, whenever you feel like the cramps coming on. But if you're using it for like postpartum, then you can take it like once every 4 hours. Take 2 dropperfuls every 4 hours.
Okay. Wow. So cool.
And just as a co-signer, I was with her when she started making this product. This is one of the first things she actually decided to make. So when Kat reached out to us and asked, could we do something along these lines, and she asked this option, I was like, yes, this definitely should be the cram bar. Because 1, majority of you guys that watch her channel are women.
Yes.
And for 2, she's a woman right now, so she would need this in the future.
Yes.
And I saw my wife actually like transform from having to deal with menstrual cramps on a painfully unbearable level to her being able to deal with it and walk around after she started using it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's not just talking and not just, having perfected what she's talking about. I really watched her really like make sure she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah. And it's also good for fibroids as well, like PCOS, endometriosis, different issues of the female reproductive system. It's good for that as well.
And I know a couple of people who struggle with fibroids.
Yes, it's a common issue amongst us Black women.
This is very cool, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see
So
this
this
final
is yours.
product. Thank you,
can take that,
yay!
and then, like I said, once it's done, 4 to 6 weeks, strain it, and then you just put it in here.
Okay,
Yes.
right on. And I'm definitely going to be utilizing this for bringing on the
Yes, ma'am.
bring on the baby. Okay. Okay, so we have a few of y'all's products here. Could you just explain a little bit what each one is?
Gotcha. So as you all know, my wife said in the beginning, I'm the salesman. So I take this part of the business very seriously, guys. I was the mouthpiece to build us off the ground, and I really had to study this stuff in order for me to be able to articulate it to the people.
Right.
At first, my wife, I didn't really care about herbs. Let me just say that. That was the last thing on my mind. I was like, man, I don't care about that stuff. Like, okay, you got it, do your thing. I don't need the help. But when she started, I was the guinea pig for a lot of the products too. So that helped me to see and really understand the value of using herbs. So now I'm a better mouthpiece. And this right here is our hair oil. This is one of my favorite, and one of the first products that she created. This hair oil helps to stimulate and promote hair growth within your hair.
Okay.
Yeah, so the people that use this, and I'm one of them, we've been fortunate and able to grow our hair to lengths and get it to the strength that, some people actually fight for a long time to get. We don't add any extra chemicals or anything. We have all essential oils. We have vanilla oil, hemp oil, also jojoba. See,
There's a lot of oils in here too. Can I open this and smell it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna smell this because I know it smells good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that smells like cake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't eat it.
Oh, dang, I sure was.
We had somebody that Caucasian
body butter.
She didn't try.
She did.
She tasted it. Yeah.
She thought it was.
We used to give samples at a farmer's market.
Wow.
And she thought it was ice cream.
Oh,
Not
wow.
this. It was from our body butter that we have. Our lotion. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But yes, this is our hemp hair butter. This hair butter actually helps people with the same thing that the hair oil does, it's just in a different form.
Okay.
Instead of just moisturizing, you can actually style your hair with this as well. We actually use this to retwist the locks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it helps with your edges too for women. You want to lay your edges down, do your 2-strand twists, braids, or whatever.
Yes.
It's great for that.
Yeah. Okay. Right on. Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff in here, you guys.
And this is our all natural bug spray. This here, we actually have had the privilege. She hates when I tell this story, but there was a tick on my dog's back like 2 years ago, and it was still on his back, sucking from him. And I was like, hold on, my wife got some bug spray. Let me see how this stuff works. So I went and sprayed the tick on my dog's back, and within like probably 1 minute, the tick was like off his back and dead.
Wow.
So, yeah,
it ticks bury, like
Exactly.
you gotta like get them.
Exactly. So yeah, this stuff actually killed a tick. And I know when people come to the motherland, we have this new blood, so the mosquitoes weren't used to us. Yes,
They just suck us up.
but not with this, guys. So if you actually come here on a tour, or if you ever move here, we got the perfect antidote for the mosquitoes.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you apply that every 90 minutes?
And these are, first of all, let's talk about the nice quality of this packaging, like for real.
Yes.
That's wifey.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Asante.
Okay.
Now I'll let my wife take over from
You
here.
got, oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So this is our yoni steam. So yoni steam is an ancient tradition, but I know it's like kind of new now, like a new fad. But it's basically used for reproductive health. You steam your uterus with this, and usually we have the chairs as well. They're not here right now, but it comes with a seat as well, and you use it to steam your uterus. So if you're suffering from like fibroids, if you suffer from menstrual cramps, if you want to get pregnant, if you're dealing with like infertility, this is really great. So it has like different herbs that are specific to the uterus that'll help with like, odor. It'll help with, if you have fibroids, it'll help to decrease them and also to loosen them and dislodge them eventually over time as you continue to use it. So we have that.
Right on. And for a yoni steam, like how much of this is someone supposed to use, like for one steam?
I would say you can get anywhere from 2 to 3 steams out of this bag. So you can do a third of it, and then you put it in a pot of water, and then you'll put it in your steaming chair or your steaming seat, whatever you have, and then you steam for 15 minutes with this. You can do this once a week. If you're trying to get pregnant, you don't want to steam when you're ovulating, or you also don't want to steam during your menstrual cycle as well.
Okay.
Other than that, you do it once a week.
And this really looks beautiful. It looks like a bag of potpourri. Right on. Okay.
Just
What
a quick
else?
question. Why don't you steam when you ovulate? I would think it would be better, right?
Because once you're releasing the egg, you don't want the heat to damage it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yep. And then the last one we have is our eczema ointment. So eczema, psoriasis is like really big in our community. So this ointment has so many different really good herbs in there. It has hemp oil, black seed oil, coconut oil, frankincense, myrrh, a lot of different oils and butters and herbs, and they work together to moisturize the skin, to provide a protective barrier on your skin. It also helps with inflammation. It also works below the skin to heal it as well. It has calendula in it, which works underneath the skin on the level of the blood and the lymphatic system. So it really goes deep down in there to heal you from the inside out. So we've actually helped a lot of people suffering from eczema with this ointment. So that's like one of my prized possessions.
Yeah, you know what? And this makes me think, like, I know there are a lot of like young kids with eczema too, you know. Is this safe for young kids as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can use it on babies,
I was
toddlers.
just about to ask, babies and stuff too. So like a baby, like a baby. Okay.
We have
'cause
babies
this is
use
all
it too.
natural, huh?
Yep. I've even used it on Naya too when she's getting like bug bites. Sometimes I put it on her bug bites.
Okay. That's awesome. And let's see, you have one more,
I'll
the
let you take that
vapor
one,
rub.
Okay. And this one is our all-natural eucalyptus vapor rub. This one is used, it's basically a natural Vicks. You can use it and apply it to your chest, under your nose, or under, the one I love is on the bottom of your feet. They pull the toxins out of you a lot quicker.
Wow.
But yeah, it actually smells just like the Vicks.
It does. It
And-
smells
oh, you
really
already
good.
smelled it?
Yeah, I
Oh, okay.
did. I want to smell it again though. That's that over here. It smells so good. And it looks, you guys, it looks like it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's one of the ones that really, eucalyptus is one of the scents that really like stamps herbally for me. Like if I smell eucalyptus, I know like okay, this is something herbal.
Something medicinal here.
Yeah, the eucalyptus actually is good for burning out the toxins that you have within you and to getting the mucus out of you in a quicker way.
So true.
Yeah.
So this is like a proper business that you guys have going on. Like you have so much, and these are just a very small fraction of their products, you guys. Like if you ever come to visit Dar es Salaam, like definitely come by their store and check it out. It's located in the Shoppers Plaza in Betsy Beach, like right here, tucked off in the corner, y'all. And like it's a beautiful space. They've decorated it so beautifully. Yeah, you know, so definitely come support, come check it out, you know what I'm saying? Because these are the things that people are doing for the community, giving natural products to heal, you see what I'm saying? And like, I don't know about them, but like even for me, like things like this is not only on a physical level of healing, it's vibrational, resonates with the vibration of the earth because it is from the earth. So spiritual healing too, you see? Definitely come check them out, okay? So thank y'all so much for showing us some of your products and everything. And I find it so interesting and fascinating, and I'm really proud of you guys for what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, with your land and how you're willing to give back to the community in that way and build something for the community. So can you tell us like where are y'all at with that project right now?
I'm gonna let you tell them because you got the update this morning, didn't you?
So in the process, we're actually what's today? Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah, we're 1 day away from fencing off our entire 3 acres.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been in the process of like trying to make the connections with the community and the right people around us to get it built out in a feasible manner.
Right.
Make sure we're not being taken advantage of.
For sure.
And getting the proper cost. So we have to get our Swahili up and really learn how to negotiate.
Yeah.
So now we're in the process of getting our fence together, and we've been talking to people about getting a house built. It doesn't cost like $800,000
for a local house.
Yeah, for a local house, we can get us a local
that's the next
house.
step.
Local house meaning like a mud home or what?
Yes.
But it's not going to be completely mud, but it's going to be mud, and we're going to do it that way.
Right on.
To start off with Kidogo.
Yeah.
I don't know anywhere
like
in America where you can build a house for like $400.
No.
So I mean,
no. I don't know anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one big thing. Like diaspora come and like money is a big issue. You know, and that's one way to combat that is to build your house. You know, so you're spending $400, $500, $600 on rent each month. You can just put that towards building a structure and just build from there. You know, you can start off with 2 rooms and build from there. That's what most of the Tanzanians do. Yeah. They start off small and they just work their way out.
Yeah. So. When we first got here, one of our local brothers, he mentioned, he was like, "Why you guys are just paying rent? If you get land, you can just build a small house and go from there." At first, we was like, "Bro, we're not about to stay in a small house. I can't do that."
I wanted to. That was him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I said it. I was in like I said, I had to heal myself.
Cool little tiny home or something.
That's what we're gonna do now. I've reached the point where now, okay, we can make a cool little tiny home.
Yeah.
So now that's what we plan on doing.
Hook it up with solar and like have it nice. It doesn't have to be like a shack, like it can be a luxury glam shack or whatever.
Yes, seriously. Even containers, you know what I'm saying? They have containers out here. You can even do that. Exactly. So like what other types of things are you gonna have on this piece of land, like in this community? Like, do you want to reveal that yet, or is it something?
Yeah, okay. A little bit. So on our 3 acres, we plan on doing permaculture. We're gonna have one area of it. We're gonna have, what permaculture is?
Yeah. Where you hold on before I even let me make sure it's where you use the environment to. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
So we're gonna plant things strategically where it all works together, and then we're gonna use a lot of that to actually make some of the all of the products in here. So we're gonna plant it on the land and use it from here. And we also have access to 27 acres now. We're giving people the ability to come if they have the right mindset and they're coming with their family, they're trying to build something for themselves. Right. We already have a connection with the local community to where you can come and talk to them, and we have space set up for those who are looking at interested. So yeah, you can come and get however many acres you want if it's still available. But as of now, we allocated to 50, and we have 13. 18 of it is already taken by some families, and 27 is available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because we all know the visa struggle and
Yeah.
things like that out here. You know, how does that kind of tie into, you know, like, okay, let's say right now you have someone who you know, form a friendship with, form a relationship with, and they want to be a part of this and be on this of the 27 acres, right? How what does that process look like?
This is a great question. I'm glad you asked.
Right on.
Because when we started, it was, okay, you got a good idea, you want to build with us? Come on, let's build. We started out with a bunch of people, and it ended up being just my wife and I and like 2 other families. It started out with 10 families.
Okay.
It was more than 2 families.
3? 4. I'm sorry, 4 or 5 families. But we started out with more. But now we've created the process to where we will interview everyone. And you have to have an established business. Because we know in Tanzania, by us being foreigners, we can't own land unless we put it on our business name.
Right.
So if you're not at the point where you're serious about having a business in place, you're not going to want to get land.
Right.
Yeah. So if you don't have all that in order, there's really no point of us talking to you.
It's like a vetting process.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is good anyway though, because I feel like in Tanzania, like you kind of need to have a business in order to survive here. You know, I can't speak for other countries, but there's not really too many jobs here. So, you know, in order to ensure that the community is thriving, like we want to make sure you have a stream of income, like that you're, you know, focused on providing and everything like that. So that's a way to ensure that, you know, we're all like on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people aren't just coming and like leaving, you know, and they're really invested in the project.
Yeah.
Right. With all that being said, what advice do you have for any of the diaspora looking to relocate to Tanzania?
I would say advice. The best advice I can give is, man, look and deal with the man or the woman in the mirror. Like heal your inner child. You have to overcome your mommy issues, your daddy issues, your cousin issues, your grandma issues, all the issues that you have with other people, or even within yourself. Like you have to make sure that that is the focal point of your life and the focal point of your existence, so that you can be the best that you can be over here. It's not just about getting over here and escaping what we had to go through, because what we went through planted some things inside of us that causes us to act in ways that's not natural. That's not how we're supposed to be acting as a people. So when we get here, we are doing things that's contrary to what we came here to do, just because we programmed that way. So you have to check yourself and check what you're taking in. Make sure you change what you're taking in. Don't be watching the same television, listening to the same music. Like it's a whole process of letting everything go in order to decompress and really enjoy this peace. I heard a quote that said, like, you could be so broken and hurt that you won't even know how to enjoy peace when you get it. Like, and I struggled with that when I first got here. Like, I'm like, man, why am I mad? What the hell wrong with me? Like, I'm here in Africa. Like, what's going on? Why am I upset? Like, I'm arguing with my wife about stuff that's not even that deep, all because I have to deal with everything. So yeah, you gotta deal with you, and don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about people scamming you. Don't worry about the language is important. Get that, all that is important. But you can't do nothing if you're not your best self.
Right.
Yeah.
So true. That's great advice. It's great advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's the first step, and then like the practical side of it is making sure you have a stream of income. You know, because as we mentioned earlier, Tanzania is a place where you probably won't get a job here, so you definitely need to make sure that you can support yourself. Because I find that's a lot of the reason why many of the diaspora return is that they come and they think Africa is cheap and everything is affordable, which it is. But if you come in with, you know, X amount of money, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, if you're not replenishing it, you're gonna be gone within 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Right.
And your year is pushing it, you know. You know, so like you have to make sure you have your stream of income. You have to know your why, you know, like, are you coming to Africa because it's a trend or because you saw this person do it, or do you really have a deep calling in you? Are you really like a Pan-Africanist? Are you willing to deal with the underdeveloped nature of many other countries here, especially in sub-Saharan Africa? You know, like, because it's one thing for us to say it on YouTube, like, you know, the roads are this way, sometimes the power goes out, you know, this, that, and the third. You're like, oh, okay, that's fine. But when you get here and the reality sets in, you may be thinking like, oh, I wasn't really ready for that. So like you said, the inner work, the mental work, you have to do that beforehand. Having a stream of income, knowing your why, knowing your purpose, and I would say those are like the main thing. You know, like the other stuff you can kind of like figure it out, like the language and everything. That's important. Learning the Swahili so you're not getting overcharged. I like to call it the American foreigner's tax. You know?
Yeah, foreign tax.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Being street smart, don't, you know, give people money without. I like to send things on M-Pesa because you have a record, you know, on mobile money. Mm-hmm. If you send somebody some money, you're paying for something, you have a record. So if something goes wrong or whatever, you know who that person is. You can reach them. You can go to the whatever it is you need to do. You know, you have a record of it. So just being, you know, street smarts, having your stream of income, the mental work, and making sure you really know what you're getting yourself into, not expecting the West in Africa.
Yeah.
That part. That right there is, you know, like, because I mean, you can have Western style luxuries out here, but you're going to be paying even sometimes over Western prices. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, manage your expectations and don't expect it to be the West out here, you see. And I think both of y'all had some very valid points. It's crucial that you have a stream of income, you know, and I find that so many people, and I know I've touched on this before, but I'm gonna say it again, because I find that so many people come out and they have an idea of what they want to do, which is great. You should always have like at least an idea, but you know, you hit the ground running, you know what I'm saying, without doing proper market research. What do the people even need out here? You know what I'm saying? And you're coming and you want to open 1, 2, 3, 4, but people don't even care about that out here. They don't need it. They're not going to spend their money on it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like well,
life insurance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you just have to really know, you know. The most important thing is doing that mental work and decompressing, unpacking those things, or at least initiating before you come here. Because, you know, this place is not magical in the fact where as soon as you step off the plane, you're going to get healing. You see what I'm saying? But this place can be slow enough and filled with a natural vibration to help facilitate your healing, but it's not going to heal you. Africa is not going to heal you. You see what I'm saying?
I'm going to cut you off. One thing I've noticed, and it instead of healing you, it highlights you.
I like that.
Like it highlights who you are when you get here. Like if you haven't healed, all your brokenness is what's going to be displayed.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's facts. Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. It's like a mirror. And what I found as well, like I feel like things manifest so much quicker. Like, seriously, when you put your intentions out, when you put your words out, when you even have thoughts about certain things, it comes to fruition just like that. This place is like a mirror, for real. So,
And one other thing I wanted to add to it, I just thought about was you were asking about what we need to do, what the diaspora should do before coming is the visas and the immigration stuff.
Right. I'll get you back, Kaka. Okay. Okay.
So I feel like some diaspora, they come and they try to fit a square peg into a circle, you know, and it's like, you know, the visa situation is what it is. Like, we're not going to come and change it tomorrow. Who knows, maybe, you know, but we shouldn't bank on that. You know, we need to understand, like, the laws of the land, and it is what it is. And, like, do we need to, you know, maybe lobby and, like, get ourselves together to see what we can do, of course. But come knowing that you know, you're on that tourist visa, that you have to leave every 3 months, you know, and whatever it is, make sure you have the money and the funds to leave or whatever you're going to do for that situation. And, you know, because, you know, like we said, like people know that they have to leave every 3 months, but when you come over here and the reality sets in, like, oh, it's 3 months already, I need to leave, you know, and then it's like, it can turn into something else. So just be cognizant of what you're really getting yourself into as far as the visa and the immigration stuff goes.
That's very true. That's true. And like Sis said, it's not going to fix itself overnight, and we have to prepare, you know, if that's the avenue we want to take for something to be rectified, we have to prepare for that. You see what I'm saying? And like the government is very well aware of our presence out here as diaspora, you know. And I feel this is not coming from any official source, but I just feel like the government is waiting to see what we're going to do. Are we going to unify? Are we going to organize as a body of people? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And present ourselves as a united front so that we can organize something, get some benefits, or not benefits in the way like, welfare and stuff, but like, just have a smoother path paid for us, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, you guys, because I feel like I can talk and talk and talk, because this is such a vibe, like this is such a nice flowing vibe. But yes, thank you guys so much for being on the channel.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And you guys, I'm gonna remind you again, come to Dar es Salaam and check out this shop, y'all. Check out their channel, subscribe, all of that, okay? Check out their IG as well. And y'all know what it is. I love y'all. Peace.